All right. As always, first, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone, tells us truth to rule well. Shalom to the hopefully elected, shalom to the Akim and Akwath out there listening and learning. This goes out to the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, the Native Americans, Latino Americans, and so-called African Americans here in America and scattered throughout the four corners of the world. This is a branch of Great Millstone, Chicago, coming to you with some more of it. I'm the brother Asha.
This is Brother Yaya.
And as you can see on the title, we claim fair use copyrights, Fair Use Act 1976 for educational entertainment purposes. So we're going to play this video, but then we're going to get into some scriptures. But as you can see right now, the title of this video, it says, kill everybody. So let's, I want to play a few minutes of this video, then we're going to break down some scriptures on what's going on. So let's grab a quick scripture, though, about the hatred of these people. Their bloodlust is uncontrollable and it's unsatiable. And we get the accounts of the first murder in the Bible, Cain and Esau. Cain and Abel. Get Genesis 4 and 8. This is the first known record of murder happening in the Bible, and it starts with Cain and Abel. Genesis 4 and 8.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field, and that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him.
Right. So this is a verse, and if you can read the account, we just give you the general history of the first known record of murder in the Bible. Cain killed his brother Abel. Everybody's familiar with the story. He was jealous and envious of his brother. The Lord told him if he'd do well, he'd be fine. But let's play this video, then we're going to get some more precepts.
The Washington Post broke the news reporting Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth gave a spoken directive, according to two people with direct knowledge of the operation. The order was to kill everybody, one of them said. Two people with direct knowledge of the operation. That means they are inside the Defense Department watching Pete Hegseth. They are like the helicopter pilot flying over the My Lai massacre and knowing that he had to do something. Knowing that what he saw happening on the ground was a crime, knowing what he was watching on the ground was the worst war crime ever committed by the American military, and so he landed that helicopter. The people who are witnessing the order to kill everybody see only one way for them to try to stop such orders. And so they spoke to the kinds of reporters who have been banned from the Defense Department under Donald Trump. Reporters who are not allowed into the Defense Department press briefing room by Pete Hegseth. The Washington Post reporting on this story proves once again that access to the press briefing room is access to the least useful reporting that can be done in Washington, in the Defense Department, or in the White House, or anywhere else that has a press briefing room. Alex Horton and Ellen Nakashima of the Washington Post got this story without setting foot inside the Pentagon because they are banned from setting foot inside the Pentagon. There is no war in Venezuela. There will never be a war in Venezuela. Donald Trump foolishly decided to publicly play with the idea of war in Venezuela to distract from the Epstein files, a distraction that has failed miserably. And while Donald Trump remains weak in the face of Vladimir Putin's murderous aggression and war-making in Ukraine, he seems to believe that he somehow looks tough by firing the most expensive weapons ever used to destroy the smallest boats ever destroyed by weapons of war. Small boats with outboard motors in the Caribbean, a place where there is no reason to be firing at anything that is floating there.
And that's the point. You know what I mean? So this hatred and this wickedness, is unbelievable. But that's what the nature of this devil who we dealing with. As we broke down that first scripture, this is his murderous rage, his hatred. It has not changed. You know what I mean? The scriptures, he was blessed with the sword, and and with that sword, his murderous rampage took place, but it started in Genesis 4 and 8. So let's get the scripture that, he was blessed with the sword. And, by a sword he should live. Let's just get this account It's Genesis 27. So you understand the nature of this man. This is Genesis 27, starting at let's get it. So he's never going to be satiated. He's never going to stop his murderous rampage and spree. That's not who he is. That's not who he's built for. This is Genesis. So we see we got what Cain killed Abel. Right now that spirit went from Cain killing Abel to Esau and Jacob. So this is where the blessing comes in, the blessing of the sword. So we're gonna pick up that count. This is Genesis 27 and 38. And Esau, this after Isaac blessed with the blessings, but this is what happened to Esau, and where he became this villain, murder, rape, robber, and killer that he is Genesis 27 and 38. It says that Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, bless me, even me also, O my father. Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered, said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword thou shalt live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for our father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother. So that same spirit that was in Cain and Abel, matriculated over to Esau and Jacob, and thus that continual spirit is in the earth now. And he's been doing exactly what he wanted to do from then on out, because the Lord said, he was given that sword to take peace from the earth. Get Revelation 6 and 4.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 4. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither...
Are you at Revelation 6 and 4? Revelation 6 and 4.
This is the book of Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
And that's that red man is Esau Edom, self-proclaimed white man here in America. It said when Esau was born, he was born red, hairy like a garment all over. So that this is what he was given. The Lord blessed him with the sword to do exactly what he's doing on a murderous rampage, because he was envious and jealous of his brother, and he didn't hearken unto the Lord, and because of that, he's continued his tirade. And now you over here blowing up a little small boat, like the man said. It's a little fishing vessel, and you using overkill for a little small vessel. It's unbelievable, that this man has no restraint, and and he's just out of control. This Proverbs, another quick precept, Proverbs 29 and 16. It says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall. So because these devils have increased in the earth, they continue to do wickedly, and part of their wicked agenda is killing, flat out murder. And this is what they've been doing since the Maccabees. Let's grab that account. They have not stopped their reign of terror. And and the Lord don't put this devil down, no flesh will be saved. So just grab that. You know what I mean? Grab that. Then we get the Maccabees account. No flesh shall be saved if this devil don't get put down. He's just going to continue to do, because it's given his power in the hands to do so. He's going to continue to do what he want to do.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
You're right. He's got a sword, he's got weapons, and he doesn't care who he uses them on. More importantly, he's been using them on the Israelites. You know what I mean? He's raped, robbed, murdered all across the globe, the Israelites. You know what I mean? The true people of the Bible, the Hebrew Israelites, Native Americans, Latino Americans, and so-called African Americans. He destroyed Gad when he first came over here, the Gadites. And then his rampage with transatlantic slave trade, and now his war. He had his war on drugs, which has always been the war on the Israelites. It's all been fake, and that war has continued. He ain't changed his agenda. This is what he's been doing. Now you're over here blowing up ships in Venezuela, little small 2-man boat. Man, this man is a bloody, violent man. And the Bible speaks about it. And that, by them being in power, wickedness was going to increase. Get that account of First Maccabees 1, 7 through 9, I believe. Let's grab that. It's not like, he just been going on a tirade. This is First Maccabees 1. I'm going to start at, my phone quit tweaking. It's tweaking. My phone acting goofy. You got it?
First Maccabees, is that one?
I got it. First, man. Damn it. Slocky, y'all. It's from First Maccabees 1 and 7. So it said, so I'm just getting to the point. It says, so Alexander reigned 12 years, and then died. Alexander, you know what I mean, of Macedon. And his servants bare rule everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them. Many years and evils were multiplied on the earth. So this is just tying Alexander of Macedon back to Esau Edom, self-proclaimed white man here in America. So all the history, all the knowledge is right there in front of you of who this violent, bloody man truly is. And we just, point out the fact that, his killing spree is never going to stop till the Lord bring him out of the way. He is truly the harbinger of death and destruction. And that's what he's been built to do. Let's grab that. 2 Thessalonians. This is 2 Thessalonians 2. And to the point, this is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. It says, let no man deceive thee by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. And we fell as a nation, that Jeremiah 17 and 4. So we fell away as a nation. We lost our heritage, didn't know who he was. And then it says, fall away first. And then that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Let's get in this word perdition. What does perdition mean? The son of perdition. What does that mean? Let's grab that. Son of perdition. To be revealed. What is perdition? Destroying, utter destruction, perishing, ruin, destruction. Destruction consistent of eternal misery and hell. Destruction, perdition. So this man is, the harbinger of this death, destruction. This is what he's built for. Built for destruction. This is what he does. He's a vessel fitted for destruction. And that's what he brings. Harbinger of death. Chaos goes hand in hand with this devil. And he knows no restraint. Because it's in the power of his hands too. So he's going to do what he wants to do. Grab that Micah 2 and 2. It's in the power of his hands. Because the Lord blessed him with the sword. So he's running rampant. You know what I mean? To do exactly what he wants to do. What's that scripture say? Go ahead.
This is the book of Micah, and you said 2.
Yeah, I just wanted to get to a point that it's in the power of his hands, right? Micah 2 and 1, Slocker.
This is the book of Micah 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Now, who's got the power? Esau Edom, self-proclaimed white man here in America. What invention has he not built? You know what I mean? He's multiplied that sword into guns, into missiles, into rockets, and into everything imaginable. That's, the sword, modern day sword, is a gun, bombs, and everything else to destroy. And that's what he's been doing. And we know, based off the scriptures, that, until the Lord take him out, he's going to continue this reign of terror. And Tawadi Habashim Shai, the Lord has set bounds that he can't surpass. Otherwise, everything would be gone, everything would be messed up. It'd be nothing left. That he got bounds he can't surpass. Job 14 and 5.
This is the book of Job, chapter 14, and verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Right. And the water the Yahweh he put these bounds in he cannot pass because this devil has a perpetual hatred, a perpetual bloodlust, right? He's going to continue to do violent acts and murder and kill until the Lord take him out of the way. He can't help himself. This is what he was built for. Get that perpetual bloodlust. Ezekiel 35. He's not going to stop. You thinking you going to think somebody who's built for murder is going to stop murdering? That's what his job is.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Right. The scriptures is clear on that. You live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. And this is what's going to happen to this devil. The Lord is going to bring them thermonuclear missiles down on this place and them chariots of fire and destroy this devil for all the wickedness he's done. Again, Matthew 26 and 52. You know what I mean? You live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. So his blessings is going to be his own demise. And we can't wait because, the evil that he's done throughout the earth.
This is the book of Matthew 26 and 52. Then said Yahweh unto him, put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
Right, and he was talking to Peter. Peter cut off, one of these centurions' ear. So Yahweh told him, you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. And it's a fitting end for a wicked, tyrannical man, Esau, Edom, self-proclaimed white man here in America. You know what I mean? Who overkill? Who sets out a bomb on a little small boat? This wasn't no destroyer. This wasn't no Navy army. This is Venezuela. But this is what he does, man. Because it's in the power of his hands, and he's a big bad bully, and the Lord is going to bring this big bad bully down once and for all. You got something?
I was going to get the Revelation 12.
Huh?
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So we read all the scriptures. We know he got bounds that he can't pass. We know that he has a short time, which is why right now he's trying to do everything he can to try and get his last little hoorah. He's trying to fill his belly right now to implement this MOTV and to ultimately get in the position of God. But the Lord is finna come down and smack him, man. Finna humble him, man.
Right. All right, we hope this was edifying with that. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders, great millstone, toss the truth and rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Until next time, Kwam Yasharala and Abba Babal.